Hi, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's all right this morning. Today is Thursday, October 6th. Currently, it's 49 degrees. High today, 72. That's real comfortable. Uh, no chance of rain. Humidity's 90%. The winds are at 3 miles per hour, and air quality is 71. That's moderate. Today, there's going to be an Ask My Tablet. I finally got another one out, and I've already got, how many was it I had towards the next one? 12, I think. So it won't take long to get enough to have another show. Um, I'd like to try to do it about once a week, but sometimes, things happen and I can't get it on, when I want to. But we got it today, so y'all that have been waiting for it, that have questions on it and stuff, check it out. And if you haven't ever watched it, please do. There's nothing like it. I don't think I've seen, any other channel have anything like this show. And I've been doing it for about, gosh, probably going on 4 years now, close to 4 years. Uh, so check it out if you haven't. It's very interesting, and you can learn something every time. Um, so last night, what's for dinner? We didn't have the Phillies. We didn't feel like cooking really. Then we had the pizza. You'll see the haul from Kroger's, I think, when we got the pizza. I think it was that one. You can probably see it tomorrow, since we got Ask My Tablet today. But we ended up having pizza and salad last night. And then tonight, we'll have the Phillies and the tater tots that we were supposed to have. I don't think anything will change this time. This is just a picture of Kitty, where I'm sitting on the couch. Well, I'm kind of laid back on the couch. I sit on it sideways and put some pillows behind me, and it's like a love seat, I guess you'd say more. She's just relaxing. Look at them paws. She's out of it. So here's the pizza, and that was a Kroger brand self-rising crust supreme. And you can't see some of the vegetables because I added cheese. It did need some cheese. I added some cheese, and I added oregano. I always have to have oregano. We all like it on there. It makes a difference. So that was real good. And here's my monthly report, or well, the part of it that comes from YouTube. How I did last month. I had 93 new subscribers. Welcome, everyone. So glad to have you. 31,500 total views. That's not too shabby for a month. And 89,000 minutes watched for, I guess that's for September. So did pretty good. Did pretty good. I try to stay up around this area that the minutes and everything. Okay. We got today's tidbits. Now, sometimes I'm going to have some things on here that are, that have happened. Like, there's all kinds of things about Ian in the news. You can't watch anything or probably listen to anything without hearing something about it. So, I'm gonna be reporting different things. Not just about Ian, about some other things too that come up that I think are important. For people to know. And one of them is on today's tidbits about Florida. And we have Florida in the and anyone that has had problems from Ian, so but we have Florida on our prayer list on morning coffee break, early morning prayer requests and devotions. And if you've never watched it, I do it every day. I've been doing it pretty much since I started my channel. Probably days after I started my channel, I started doing that. Um, uh, you know, so that's very important. And it's very important that they get prayer to help all these people, you know. So uh, it says Florida suffers without food, power, and jobs days after Ian. I mean, these people need help, and prayer is one way we can do it, and definitely help, you know, these people. Uh, the devastating effects of Hurricane Ian are still having an impact days after it made landfall in Florida. Neighborhoods are littered with ruined furniture, clothing, and electronics. Just put yourself in their position, you know. I mean, it really is. It makes you think. Uh, Many locals suffer without food, clean water, and power. Many are jobless due to the devastation in tourist economies like Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, and Captiva. Okay, so if you've already had your stuff ruined, you know, and everything, and then you can't work, you know, that's, you don't have anything, you know, anything. So I think it's important that we pray for these people and anyone affected by it. And I like this picture. I think it's cute. I mean, I think I might use it for the thumbnail today. This one is Hurricane Ian takes away Florida's popular dome home. I never knew about this, but they look pretty cool. I guess they're kind of like a sculptures or something, I guess you'd call them. I don't know, really. But Hurricane Ian destroyed the popular dome home landmark. I'm sure y'all know about it that live down that way. Of Florida. The string of white domes raised on columns in the Gulf of Mexico was built in the 80s to be self-sustaining and hurricane resistant. But since the early 2000s, erosions and hurricanes have been eating it away. After Ian, all that remains is a few columns poking out of the water. So I guess they're saying these are torn down and just the columns, like these columns, I guess is what it's talking about. Maybe they'll build something like that back since it was made in the 80s. You know, they could probably do it better these days, you know, as far as hurricane resistance and stuff. But I think that's kind of neat. I hate that it's been, you know, kind of messed up. And dry weather brings unusual butterflies to Austin, Texas. These are pretty cool looking little guys and gals. Look at them. Oh. Huge swarms of unusual butterflies stream through Austin from South Texas and Mexico. It will then move to the north and northeast. These are American snout butterflies. This phenomenon is linked to weather patterns in South Texas and northern Mexico. The hot and dry weather this summer contributed to an increase in butterflies in the area. You don't see many around here anymore, especially like monarchs. Last year I got one, you know, I got several pictures, but I only saw one monarch, and I was lucky enough to see it and take pictures of it. Other colorful butterflies, you don't see them anymore. You don't hardly see many of the like yellow ones and white ones that there's usually two flitting around. They're the ones that lay eggs on your cabbage and stuff out here, and they'll eat them when they're born. But you don't even see a whole lot of them. I mean, it's awful. Years ago, we saw plenty of bees, plenty of butterflies out here, but not now. There's not as many bees as there should be either. But they managed to pollinate my garden, and I attribute a lot of that to my little bee motel that I've got beside this one. And they've got these little black bees in them, and you can see those bees all over pollinating stuff. So they've helped me, and I gave them a place to live. Okay, this is, I don't know, it's kind of funny in a way, but not, because it's a, you know, official, or, you know, that did this. Mayor detained for hitting man with rake during Ian cleanup. I mean, I guess they started arguing, or something. It says during a part. Well, here's the picture, but I don't think that's the real that little rake. I don't know. I don't think that'd cause much damage. But anyway, it says during a park cleanup after Hurricane Ian, the mayor of Indialantic in Florida, David Berkman, was detained and accused of hitting another person with a rake. Berkman was verbally attacking the victim repeatedly. So the victim started recording the mayor on his cell phone. The mayor was detained and is accused of misdemeanor violence. What in the heck? I mean, I don't know. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. What was the guy doing for the mayor to verbally attack him? What instigated this? So I just thought that was kind of funny, but not in a way because he hit the guy. Okay, that's it for the wrong one. Let's find nice news now. Okay. I'm starting to get some dry skin already, I think. I start itching like my ankles and stuff. Do y'all have that? Like where your socks are and stuff? I get dry skin in the winter. It's not winter yet at all, but I'm starting to itch some. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. This is about Goodwill. I don't know. I guess they're all over the country, Goodwills. Thrift store chain Goodwill launches first online store. How interesting. But you know what? Here, I don't know about it elsewhere. Here, the Goodwill is so expensive. You may as well just buy it new, whatever it is, at ours. Seriously, we've been there several times and just were like, no, we can't do this. I want this, but it's too high or something, Really, they're about the price of new at ours. I don't know if they're all like that or not. After 120 years, did I show the picture? There it is. It's a nice one. After 120 years of secondhand sales, golly, they've been around that long. Goodwill is going digital. The nonprofit organization with thousands of locations across the United States and Canada has launched a new venture called Goodwill Finds, allowing thrifters to shop for pre-loved items online as well as in person. Our new social enterprise makes it easier for the conscious consumer to shop sustainably online while heightening the thrifting experience they've come to love at Goodwill, CEO Matthew Kane said in a statement to the Associated Press. Goodwill Finds is now live with about 100,000 available items, and Kane said the ultimate goal is to have 1 million on the site in the next few years. Currently, shoppers can browse by category, but there will eventually also be a personalized feature based on past purchases. Customers still have to donate items in person at the moment, but there are plans to add to the chain's online enterprise as well. Whether you're a seasoned vintage hunter or new to the world of thrifting, click below for a list of expert secondhand shopping tips. Well, I mean, you could really find some things, interesting things, I'm sure, that way, and you wouldn't have to leave your house. But what about shipping? What about maybe the prices being even higher online? I don't know, but if you had to pay shipping too, that's something to consider as far as the price of your item. It's interesting, though. It'd be interesting to just look and see what all's on there when they get it going good. Scientists find new blood group. It's like discovering a new planet, doctor says. Wow. Most people are familiar with A, B, and O blood type groups, but there are actually dozens of others, and scientists have just discovered a new one dubbed ER. It's the 44th known blood type group, and doctors hope it could help spot and treat blood incompatibility, as well as some rare diseases, particularly in fetuses and newborns. I didn't know there was 44. Wow. Research, I thought there was like 4 or so. Researchers first saw hints of the ER blood type in 1982, but due to the technology at the time, they weren't able to explore it. 4 decades later now, it has been fully elucidated in a new study. What kind of word is that? Elucidated. Receiving incompatible blood via a donor blood transfusion or between a pregnant mother and fetus can be highly dangerous, as seen in patients with undetected ER blood in the past. Now that the blood group has been identified, though, doctors can flag the rare type early on and avoid complications. Dr. Daniela Hermelin, a chief medical officer with Impact Life Blood Center, told Wired, "Discovering a new blood group system is like discovering a new planet. It enlarges the landscape of our reality." Whoa. Fat Bear Week celebrates Alaska's brown bears as they prepare to hibernate. They say they gain a ton of weight and that, before they hibernate, and then they burn it all off. A fat bear is a healthy bear, and it's something to celebrate. Well, that one's huge. Former Katmai National Park Ranger Andrew Lavelle told CBS News in 2018, "That's what the Alaska Park's Fat Bear Week is all about, and the annual tradition is officially back for 2022. Is that you, kitty? Hi. This time of year, brown bears are focusing on eating as much as possible, a year's worth of food in 6 months, to prepare for hibernation in winter. Fat Bear Week is a celebration of success and survival," the Katmai National Park website reads. "It is a way to celebrate the resilience, adaptability, and strength of Katmai's brown bears. The friendly competition works via a March Madness-style bracket, pitting the park's bears against each other. Voters can look through descriptions of the animals and choose their picks for which should advance in each round using any criteria they see fit," the park said. Voting opened yesterday and runs through October 11th, so you still have time to take part in Fat Bear Week. See photos of the contenders or head to the link below for the full bracket. Oh, that would be funny. Okay, there's the quote of the day. Here it is. It's from Sarah Fielding. "Words of kindness are more healing to a drooping heart than balm or honey." Yes. All right, everybody. That's it for morning coffee break. I sure hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody, I hope you have a great day. And later on, please check out Ask My Tablet, especially if you've never seen it. I know you're going to like it. So check it out. And everybody have a great day, and God bless.